So my name is Darragh Lydon. I'm a lecturer in games development here in the Media Lab in Queens. I'm here to show off the virtual tour of Clark Clinic in the Royal Belfast Hospital for sick children. My son Owen here was diagnosed with congenital heart disease when he was 2 weeks old. And when he was diagnosed, we got taken to the ward. And when you get to the ward, there's a lot of information given to you at that time. And there's also a lot of machines, a lot of beeping, a lot of stuff happening at once. My wife and I found it quite overwhelming when we got there. So Owen was there for 5 months, and after a while we got used to the ward. We were accustomed to everything there. But when he got out, I wanted to do something for the RBHSC because they did so much for us while we were in the ward. So I worked with some of my students to make the tour we have here behind us. And what the tour is basically a virtual copy of Clark Clinic, and it gives you all the information you need to know before you can come into the ward. It gives you about what the doctors do, what the nurses do, what the machines are for. But also, when Owen was in hospital, his sister Annie was at home. Kids aren't allowed to come to the ward normally because it's a working hospital. Because Owen was there for so long, they let us come into the ward with her. But she had no idea what to expect when she got there. She got quite overwhelmed and she had to leave after like 5 minutes. So she didn't see Owen for 5 months. When he was 2 weeks old as baby, when he came out 6 months later. So even just for siblings, so they can see, the parents can go, that's where your brother or sister is, they're in this part of the ward. So at least they have an idea of, you know, my brother and sister are here, this is what it's like in there. And hopefully I'll see them when they can come out. It would just make things not easier, but like a little less stressful, because we would have known the monitors aren't something to panic about. This is how the ward is laid out. This is all the procedures you have to know before you get in there. But as I said, it was just so much information. We couldn't process it all at once. We just found out how sick he was. It was just, we couldn't handle it. And for Annie, being able to practice going around the ward, Annie's actually autistic as well. So being able to practice all the noises and knowing what's coming ahead of her would have made it much easier for her to process being in the ward. And she could have seen her brother a little bit more. But because it was just too much for her, she had to leave.
Well, I feel like this is such a good tool for anybody maybe getting an antenatal diagnosis that might not be able to get up to tour the ward. They might be able to go on and just have a look at what potentially they may be staying on in the future. It also might be good for other family members, grandparents, other children, like Darragh said, siblings, to have a look if they cannot get up, that they know where their family is staying and the people that they might be in contact with up there. I was so shocked at how real life it was, because obviously I am up there every week, a few times a week, so I know it really well. And I was just shocked that it was so real. And from the moment you walk in, that is what the ward looks like. All the sounds, the people, the artwork on the wall, everything's really real life. So for anybody looking at it, they are looking at the ward as it is. But we were so grateful to Darragh and to have that resource, because obviously that's not something that we would know anything about or how to make or anything. So when Darragh was talking about it, we were like, oh my God, will this ever happen? But when we seen it, we were like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's better than we ever thought it could be. And it's just such an amazing tool for us to have, and for all the parents that we will come across every year. So we're just so thankful to Darragh and his colleagues for doing it for us.
Owen was home in 2020 and in 2023. I asked my students at the start of 2024 would they be interested in working with me to make this project, just to volunteer for the RBHSC. 3 of them volunteered to do it, so Lauren Osborne, Aaron Tasker Lynch and Katie McCarran. Katie is actually from the University of Ulster, not even from Queens. And they said they'd work on it basically for free for 3 months or so. So Lauren and Katie did the artwork, and you can see here, that was all their work. And then Aaron and myself worked on the interactions and the programming side of it. So about 3 months, it was all their time given up completely voluntarily. They get no compensation, apart from just thanks from me. Apart from that, they did all for themselves, or by themselves, for nothing. It was nice to be able to have it there and to show. I mean, even show him when he gets older. This is where you were for 5 months when you were a baby, rather than bring him into the ward. So it was nice to have it when it was all finished.